up your first box of colored pencils, it didn't have to be Prismacolor. It could have been any box that you chose as your very first colored pencil set, and you got excited and you saw the beautiful colors and the paint on the barrels, and it was so exciting, the pencil smell. And then you picked up the pencils. And YouTube makes it look so easy. You picked up a blue, you picked up a yellow, you expected a beautiful shade of green, and it turned into a swamp. Well, that happens to everybody. And I've been doing this for about a decade, and I thought of doing a master's class when I first came to YouTube. I wanted to help new people understand that every single pencil has a purpose. And not only does it have a purpose, but they don't all blend with each other well. So I've been doing this for a decade. I can't believe it. Finally, I sat down about 7 months ago and I said, this is it. I'm going to teach every single pencil in the Prismacolor set. But not only Prismacolor, because not everybody uses Prismacolor, Polychromos, and Starjoy. If you can get past those 3 boxes of pencils, it's not going to matter what set you are using. You will know and master colored pencils. So this is why I have created the master's class. Now, before you go, oh no, another class that you have to pay for. No, I'm not putting the master's class behind the wall where only people who can afford to pay the fee to see the videos can benefit from this. This master's class is open to everyone. Anybody that wants to watch the videos, anybody that wants to learn art, this class is going to be completely transparent. This is the book that goes with the master's class. You do not have to buy the book. You just don't. I am going to be going through everything in this book, and this is a big book. It is available in my Etsy shop for a very reasonable price. I'm trying to make this affordable for everybody. So you're not going to be paying hundreds of dollars. You're not even going to be paying $20. I really made this very inexpensive. And I want to show it to you today. This is your introduction class to the Prismacolor Unlocked book. So you have my cover. Now, this is a download, and it's a big download. It contains 5 PDFs, so you can't put it on your phone. You got to really best to put on a computer. It's done all in black and white, and I did that on purpose because colored paper is very expensive. The only color it has is the cover. And you don't have to print the cover if you don't want to. Or you can print it in black and white. It's all the same. So let's open up the book and take a look at what you're going to be learning over the next few months as we explore a very deep dive into what these colored pencils do. The first page is kind of weird. It's a piano. And you're going to need this page. For those of you who have the book, you're going to need the page. We're going to use this as sort of a color guide, and you will see in upcoming videos exactly what I'm talking about. So then I gave you probably the best explanation for shadows, and I gave you a copy of that, and we're going to be going over this also. And then you'll start your colors. Now, this is the way the book is laid out, and this starts off with permanent red. Every single thing on this page is there for a reason, and we're going to go through everything that's on the page. This is your swatch. Now, I have examples of your swatch. This is an old version, so it's going to look a little bit different than this. I made some improvements on this, but I colored in this already, so I will have this colored in. This is your swatch. Why did I make it a sun? There's a reason. You want to know if a pencil is translucent or opaque. Very simple. What's the best way to do it? Color over something. And I made the sun, and there's the face. Now, if you look at the permanent red and then you look at pomegranate, okay? You will be able to see that it's much harder to see the face in the pomegranate. And it's not just because the pomegranate is darker, it's because it's more opaque. We're going to go through this class and we're going to learn a lot about translucency and what a pencil can do when it's translucent versus opaque. Here you have something to look at that's concrete, and you immediately see what the pencil is. Over here, I have a quick color. Quick colors, this is maybe 3 inches, and each page has a different picture. And what you do is you take the color, you use it in this picture. You don't have to color the whole thing in permanent red or pomegranate or whatever color we're studying. It's better actually to use more colors in it and see how that color reacts with other colors. So every page has a little quick color. Won't take you long if you want to do it, or you skip it. It's just up to you. Then there is the body, which is much easier to read in the one that you get. And this will tell you about the color, a little bit maybe about the history, how it works, where to use it. So it's the bulk of what that color pencil can do. Over here, we have what it blends with. It's not a complete list. Yeah, I couldn't possibly put that on the page, but I gave you quite a few examples of pencils that will blend with permanent red really well. Now we're going to get to some very important parts of this book, your undertone and the way I wrote it. Undertones are usually, the pencil is green-blue, blue-green, a violet pink. I wrote it out this way clearly so that you instantly know, and it's not something you have to calculate in your head which direction the pencil is going. So here you see permanent red. It's a red leaning towards orange. So you know that this is not a violet pencil. The undertone is not on the blue side, it's on the yellow side. And that's extremely important when you're trying to avoid mud and you're just working with clean colors. Down here, you have a box for pencil comps. And here's where I'm going to give you the comps for both Starjoy and Polychromos. I will have a Polychromos book coming out. The only reason I don't have it now is because Polychromos is coming out with 20 new pencils. Very excited about that. I can't wait for them to come out. But it's silly for me to do a book now when in a month or two, when it's out in the public, it's going to completely change. And from rumors, they're going to have a middle red. Prismacolor does not have a totally neutral red. In fact, permanent red is what most people view as a neutral red, as that red that doesn't change other colors. So down here, so I have the undertone over here. Down here in this box, I have the temperature and the type. This is also very important when you're putting palettes together. Is this a warm color? What is it going to do to your picture? Is it going to warm it up or is it going to cool it down? Usually the berry blue, the berry reds, they cool down your picture. Now, when it comes to temp, you're never going to forget this. I want you to think of a summer day going under a tree. Why do people go into the shade? To cool down. So the shady colors or the cooler colors are going to make the picture feel cooler. And every single pencil, we're going to discuss this. And then we have the type of color it is. Now you can have vibrant, you can have pastel, or you can have muted, and you can have combinations. So you can have a muted pastel. Now, why is this so important to you? Well, say you're working on a picture that's ethereal. You don't want to put vibrant colors in an ethereal picture. That's silly. It changes the whole look of the picture, and it get even one color that's vibrant in a picture that's supposed to be ethereal will ruin the look of the picture. So here there's a quick look, and you can see it's on every page in the book what that color is, where the tone is. And then down here, I put one little note or something that I want you to know about that color. So if you don't really remember or read this, here it's got a quick little note, and there's a little bit of room in there for you to write notes. Not everything that I'm going to teach you is in the book. Most of it is going to be me teaching it to you. So this is a quick guide and reference to the Prismacolor, Polychromos, and Starjoy set. The very end of the book, I have an index for you. It's in alphabetical order, and the index is a quick way for you to find the page. And so you just look up cadmium orange under the C's, French grays under the F's, and it'll make it very easy. I'm making this course practical. Even though it has a lot of color theory in it, it's the practical side of color theory. You don't need to know about light fractures and how the light bends for each picture. I'm not teaching that to you. If you're really in that deep dive into color theory, well, go for it. I mean, I am, but not everybody needs that. This is going to be all practical, and I'll show you an example. I'm going to teach you everything that's in this information sheet. You're going to learn it. I put it in the Facebook group, but when I printed out my own copy, some of it got cut off, so I have to resize these pictures. These are not in the book, but it's practical information like how to make reds glow, what color combinations are used, how do you mute a red. Those are the type of things I'm going to teach in this course. So this is how it's going to go down. Again, you don't have to get the book, but if you want the book, it'll be in my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link in the description. This is the introduction class. The next class, I'm going to show you how to set this up. Now, I didn't just put this into a binder. I went a little over the top. And then we're going to start on the pencils. Now, I'm not going to do one pencil a week. It'll be like 2 or 3 up to 5 pencils, depending on the pencil itself. Some pencils I need a whole lesson for. Some pencils I can group with other pencils. Like I don't need a whole week for French gray 10%. I can teach the gray, French gray in one lesson, and that's the way it'll be. So each week it'll be a little bit different. We're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of personal information. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.